Well, that was awfully professional of me. Just to introduce myself, my name's Myles, the world's premier female meatloaf impersonator. They did ask me to do a few songs tonight. But I won't do that. If ever you're bored at work, Google what won't meatloaf do for love. It's really boring. I'll let you find that out yourselves. So I was brought up in the 1980s with all the strong male role models of the day. Prince, Freddie Mercury, Boy George. My father was a pantomime dame, and my mum was a seamstress. She used to try dresses on me because she couldn't afford a tailor's dummy. But luckily I escaped unscathed with no lasting psychological issues whatsoever. So the more observant amongst you may be thinking Susan Boyle really needs to quit the cigarettes. So I'd just like to address the elephant in the room. No, this isn't my natural hair colour. So I am in fact transgendered. I know, I hide it well. I'm the only person I know who threw their own gender reveal party. So it was quite a lot of issues with it all. I had to come out to so many people and tell everyone the same story time and time again. Now I stand in front of strangers and tell the same jokes time and time again. So to make it easier for myself, I actually wrote a book of my life story. It's called Abnormal, available from good bookshops and Amazon, if you must. And I thought if people were that interested, I may as well get a tenner a time out of it. Why not? So I did actually do a book signing recently in Waterstones. I wrote I Hate You on 6 Harry Potter books before I got banned for life. Their loss. So conversations have got strange for me now. I've learned more about hair and makeup in the last 18 months than I thought possible. One day I might put some of them into practice. Don't hold your breath. And being of a certain age is quite strange. All my friends, much like me, are on HRT. While they're going through menopause, I'm going through puberty. As if I wasn't immature enough already. It's not as fun as it sounds. I can go from horny teenager to evil hell bitch in the time it takes to eat a tub of Ben and Jerry's. Yes, I've had a few of those in my time. This is the body that Ozempic forgot. I am quite large. I identify as skinny though. I'm trans slender. So I do have the body of an athlete under the patio. So one thing I wish I'd done when I was in school was paid a bit more attention in the careers advice lessons. It seemed really pointless at the time. They made us do those tests where they gave you your ideal job. It always came back as brain surgeon or bin collector. There was no middle ground with them. And for me, there was an added problem. I was diagnosed as colourblind, which took all the good jobs off the table. In fact, I was in Greggs the other day and asked for red sauce on my bacon roll. And they gave me brown sauce. And I still don't know whose fault that was. But they also didn't tell you that all the really cool jobs cost you more money than you'll ever make from them. I tried being an international athlete for a while. Points for guessing the sport. It wasn't sumo wrestling, though. But I tried that. Put a lot of money into it. Made nothing. Trained as a pro wrestler. Put a lot of money into it. Made nothing. So to prove I could grow and learn from my mistakes, I decided to become a self-published author and comedian. And guess what? Still skint. Yeah, that's not changing anytime soon. So I've been desperate for paying comedy gigs now. So I actually took a gig at a fetish club recently. I say gig, I've got a humiliation fetish. So I thought, getting people to pay to laugh at me, win-win. Fetish clubs are weird, aren't they? I'm just waiting to see if anyone agrees there. So I know who I'm dealing with. But they're weird. Yes means yes. No means yes. Banana muffin means, please stop, I don't like that. And so I got up. I did my set. And no one laughed. I was humiliated. Best night ever. So yeah, being an 80s child, part of Generation X, which is great. I love being Gen X. For those who don't know, we were born dead inside. Emotionless, cynical, borderline sociopaths. That reads like my Tinder profile. Give it a swipe, you will be disappointed. And that's one thing we didn't have to deal with, was online dating. We did it all for real, I miss that. You know, gone are the days you could walk into a pub, have a few beers, meet the love of your life, have a drunken fumble out the back, and get stuck with them for 30 odd years. Yeah, happy days. But the pubs have made way now to coffee shops. You go into the caffeine emporiums now, you've got all the kids there on dates and sat there with their mobile devices, ignoring each other. I was in one the other day and there was a guy there, middle-aged guy, on his own, no phone, no laptop, just drinking coffee, like a psychopath. Yeah, and there's something else with kids now as well, they can't do anything without watching online tutorials first, and it's really weird to me, but it put me in mind of a certain situation. At this point I usually have another music cue, but I don't trust my device tonight. So imagine, if you will, a young boy and a young girl in love. They've been together a while, they're ready for their first special moment together. So they set the scene. They've got the Marvin Gaye playing in the background. They've got the lights low, candles on, Tesco Value Prosecco chilling in the corner. And things start getting a little bit hot and heavy, so they take the action upstairs. She gets on the bed, ready to go. And he grabs his phone and said, "Wait a minute, love, got to check something." So he nips off to the bathroom, brings up the artistic adult website of his choosing, and gets a few tips. 10 minutes later, back in the bedroom, swings the door open and says, "Hello, love, I've come to fix your boiler." I can always tell you watch the same films as me. So I was offered my big break in the artistic adult film industry many years ago. I was quite excited about it. I thought, this is great. Step on the road to fame. I turned up, they gave me the script, and imagine my disappointment. They cast me as the husband who leaves early for work. Yeah, that didn't go far. So I'm working in an office now, and everyone I work with is really quick to give me advice about this whole comedy thing. And one guy came up to me the other day, he said, "Ab, you're a comedian now, aren't you?" I said, "Well, it's kind of a relative term, but yeah, kind of." He said, "Oh, I've got a great joke for you." And he proceeded to tell me the joke from hell. And at the end of it said, "You can use that if you want." Yeah, great. So the following week I saw him, and before he could say anything, I said, "Ah, Jeff, you're a cleaner, aren't you?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Here's one for you. Go into the toilets, change the loo roll. You can use that if you want." So, ladies and gents, that's me for tonight. But I am going to leave you on usually a bad joke, a bit of a story of what happened on the way here tonight. It was actually being quite nice. I picked up a hitchhiker, and we were driving along. He said, "I'm so grateful for this. You're so kind and so trusting. I could have been a psychopath." I said, "There's not much chance of two of us being in the same car." Thank you, I've been having Myles. Good day.
Thanks, Madeline. So, our next new act, it's thanks, Abby. Abby, I am sorry for messing that up completely.
That's all right, I'll let you off.
Thank you. Our next act is Madeline.
Hey!